And welcome back, everybody. It is time for game number 3 here in the third place match between DragOn and TechnicS. It is all or nothing for DragOn. He's got to make his stand now. Can he do the reverse sweep, Elegant?
Yeah, it's possible. We've seen it before. We could see it again. He lands himself in another awkward situation, though. But this time against a Zerg, who I have to say is probably a good step above Julia. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. And I didn't expect to find ourselves in this position, honestly, after the way DragOn played last week. And maybe it's a little bit unfair, but after how TechnicS looked really outclassed and was made to look quite rusty by Zeki, I thought DragOn was going to be pretty secure in this one. I really did. I was thinking like a 3-1 kind of thing in DragOn's favor.
I agree with you, Elegant. I mean, I picked DragOn to take this match, even though I think, when he's in form, TechnicS is the better player. But, circumstances being what they were, I picked DragOn, and that's probably why he could potentially lose here, because it's gonna make me wrong in the staff picks. It's all good. But you know
So
what?
pissed.
You know what? DragOn, of course, has the greatest secret weapon that he did employ against Julia. He's got lag on his side.
He's got lag, exactly.
That's right. So as long as he busts that out, TechnicS has no chance whatsoever.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh yes, completely random note, by the way. Somebody in chat, Ariador4 says that if you parasite a detector, like an observer, it actually does spot cloaked units for you.
Seriously?
Did not know that. I don't even know if what he's saying is true, but you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's very interesting indeed. That's cool. I like it. Really cool.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Huh. Fascinating. I just had a really weird thought. I wondered if you have mind control and you mind control where you know a cloaked unit is, does it still mind control? But I imagine not.
No, you can't do that. You have to
That'd be
actually
so
click.
crazy.
It wouldn't let you do it. You'd have to actually click the unit.
Imagine that.
That would be
Mind
weird,
control.
though. No, but the thing is, though, if it let you do that, then technically it should let you, hit A and then, left click on a cloaked unit's location and then
that's true.
there. But then that wouldn't make any sense anymore, because that would just be too easy.
Yeah,
because, the pro gamers can always see the little shimmer, so they always know where the cloaked unit is anyway. So,
because they are literally everywhere at once.
Huh?
They are literally everywhere at once, aren't they?
Exactly. They're crazy, man. It is crazy how they just see every little thing, but
I know, right?
It's freaking pro gamers, man. It's not fair.
It's not fair. But I guess that's enough from us about pro gamers and shimmers and mind control and other crap. I'm about ready to do this game.
All right, here we go. Game number 3. And here we go at the top left position as the purple Protoss, messing up his split a little bit, is Dragon Pain. Sorry, I nitpick that whenever I see it go wrong, even though it doesn't actually matter. And at the top left as the brown Zerg, we have TechnicS.
Yes, we do. And,
Oh, sorry, Elliot. A little tangent on the splitting thing, by the way.
Oh, go on.
Technically, if you split only to 3 patches, your 6th worker is not delayed because you'll still mine the 50 minerals on time. So actually, if you only split to 3 and not 4, it doesn't really make a difference.
Seriously?
Yep.
Wow.
Of course,
Crazy knowledge.
technically you would have, a few more minerals, but in terms of getting your workers out as fast as possible, you can just split to 3.
I never even imagined that was the case. That was so crazy.
Knowledge bomb.
That's a
dropped.
great nugget. That is a great nugget. Everyone remember that. And what I just remembered is that we are, of course, on Andromeda.
Hey.
And if my memory doesn't serve me incorrectly, then DragOn, not so hot on Andromeda.
No, you're correct, even though you used a double negative and confused me for a second. You are correct, sir.
I like that.
No, in his MTV, he said he didn't like this map too much. But, he did pretty good against, did pretty well against Julia here, so we'll have to see. Now, they are vertical positions. So, not cross bonds means the attack path is a little nicer, perhaps, well, for both players, really. But if TechnicS does decide to go for the top right natural as a third, it will be nice and far away.
Yeah, it will indeed. So, they can, of course, be used to the Protest advantage quite well. We talk about it every time. I'm going to say it again. I want Corsair Reaver. Hey. I want it to happen. It needs to happen. Because Andromeda is one of the homes of Corsair Reaver.
DragOn's been doing Corsair every game. He's halfway there.
Yeah, he is halfway there. In the same way that everybody is halfway there.
Well, not everybody goes Corsairs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, I remember thinking, is it Polish guys who tend just to go for the big zealots? I feel like it's Polish guys.
I bet you say that because you watch Mazur. Like every game, he cannon rushes a third, and then he proxy 2 gateways somewhere, and then goes for like a zealot attack. Every time, man, and the Zergs always fall for it. It's crazy. It's like Mazur's not actually good at PvZ. He just keeps cannon rushing, and nobody catches on to it. It's like Shine's not actually good at ZVP, but he just keeps Hydra busting, and nobody stops it. Or Quandro or whatever.
Sees it coming somehow. Like nobody does their homework.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks, who's this Shine guy I'm playing against tomorrow? Nobody.
Wait. This is exactly like what Bakryu said. Remember in the the group selection? I think, was he saying about Oxerg or South Park? One of those players, he was like, yeah, I don't know how that guy wins any games. He's like Quandro. He just, cheeses, and then for some reason nobody expects it.
Yeah.
Man, Bakruyu's the man.
South Park, yeah, I think so.
It's probably South Park.
It does happen though. It's jumper syndrome. You know he's gonna do DTs. Make detection.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It's like, hey, I'm playing jumper. Better play greedy and not get an engineering bay.
Exactly. And then you're like, oh, silly me. He's gone DTs. I couldn't have scouted that. Oh well, GG. You don't need to scout it. Where is jumper this tournament?
I don't know, man. We offered him a spot here in the finals, but I guess he was too busy. Yeah. I
seem to remember that, was it after the first TLS? He said, I'm not good enough. My PvZ just basically is terrible. I need to rebuild it from the ground up, so you won't see me. I wonder if he's still in his monk training camp in the mountains.
Oh man, I would be so happy if he came out during the TLS championship and just like owned everyone. That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. What I really want is another great interview from him. He can play however he wants, but
we can't interview him unless he wins. He's got
to win. So Jumper, if you are hearing this through time and space, come back to us and play really, really well, and bring back the floating jumper shirt. We need that in our lives.
He's probably pretty happy though. Like, he's not even in the tournament at all, and he's still getting airtime.
Yeah,
pretty good achievement.
He's a big name. Jumper's Google hits are gonna go up.
Nice. In the meantime, we've just got standard ZVP going on here, guys. Third base, another natural. We got the 2 cannon wall in, the core's going up. Nothing too crazy happening. The cannon position's a bit funky, but I think it's just because he's got a weird wall. Andromeda's got a bit of a weird thing because it's all diagonals, and diagonals in Brew War are just a pain in the butt.
No fun at all. It's hard to know what works and what doesn't at the best of times. When you're fighting with diagonals, it's so tedious. We've got a couple of zealots out now, and a third one on the way as well. I wonder if this indicates some kind of pressure. That is, of course, quite a big gap to block, but I wouldn't have thought he'd be too worried. Interestingly enough, there is nothing. Okay, there wasn't for a while anything giving TechnicS vision outside of DragOn's base, so we could have snuck those 2 zealots out, but choosing not to, he's just keeping them at home for the time being, and he's got a probe heading out instead, so that's a valuable use of that window of opportunity as well. But once again, nothing giving vision outside DragOn's natural expansion, so those zealots can make it a long way. A 4th zealot on the way in now as well. I'm wondering if he's going to do some
there's a lot of links going down though. That's a bit scary. Oh no, they're going back. They're going back. They saw the probe, they're going back. I thought for a second they might try some kind of run by or some kind of sneak. But in the meantime, we got the 4th hatch. We got the Spire, so it looks like TechnicS not going to mess around with 4-hatch Hydra anymore. Not sure why, because it worked out well in the first 2 games, and I think Andromeda's not a bad map for it. It's quite open in the middle, you can get some good Hydra spreads going on.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not at all. But he's not doing it. We have such a late natural gas right here from DragOn, and he must be going for speed zealot timing right now. He doesn't have the +1 ground weapons coming in. He hasn't got that yet, so it's not going to be as strong as it might be. But he is able to hedge his bets a little more. He is able to get a Corsair out on the field, but he does have to sacrifice the +1 ground weapons for that. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But he's going to get over there and he's going to get a good scout, pausing in the middle to take care of the Overlord as well. He should should be pretty clued in to what's up so far. There's absolutely nothing strange coming in for TechnicS. Fourth base happening right now as well, and that could play fairly well into Dragon's hands, depending on how well TechnicS turtles. And then it's a good SimCity at the top right-hand corner.
This is quite weird. Dragon's not even making more Corsairs, so both players changing up their strategies for game number 3. I mean, if Dragon wanted to change it up, I can understand, because he's lost the first 2 games. Really not sure why TechnicS feels the need to mix things up a bit. And it's funny because Julia...
Corsair again.
Did it die? Get Scourged?
Yeah,
yep.
Immediately.
Yeah, but that's okay, because he's not going for mass Corsairs. So in this case, it's obviously not great, but I'm okay with it. You know? Yeah. If you're not going mass Corsairs, losing first Corsair, alright, not good, but whatever. Now the question is, does he have a plan for this kind of fast fourth base? This kind of Zerg style, very, very popular nowadays. With a good SimCity, it's pretty hard to actually make a huge attack on it, especially since he wasn't going for fast +1 Zealots. So I'm not really sure what the best game plan is here. A lot of times it would be just to take your own third very quickly, but a third gas base for him would have to go out a little ways. I mean, I guess it would be the 9 o'clock, but that's kind of closer to the Zerg, so it's not the best base to take. So I think Dragon might be in a slightly awkward position against this.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. He might go for that in-base mineral only again, but it plays weird tricks on players who get that in-base mineral only. Dragon does have a pretty decent attack coming out to the top right-hand corner. How good is that SimCity for TechnicS? It looks like it might be good, but oh no, there's a pretty significant gap right there. Lots of Zealots running in, and he does stand and fight this time, not doing any kind of weird run by. We have a nice drill coming in from the drones, and that should just about do it. A lot of the Zealots getting very, very confused. Maybe he should run the remainder of them up the ramp now, but not going so well right there for Dragon. He's got more Zealots coming in, but I don't know how useful that's actually going to be. He should probably go in. Oh, he maybe could snipe off that fourth hatchery as well if he'd have taken those 4 Zealots up that ramp and stayed up there. But he didn't scout the fourth hatchery, and so he probably doesn't even know it's there at this point, which is not good. And he's just lost all his Zealots pretty much fruitlessly. I don't know how he's going to be able to bounce back from that. He's got so little back at his main. He's got 3 gateways. He's got 2 Templar Archives. GG!
They're next to each other. Oh no! Why were they even next to each other? It's not even like he made them in different places. Why were they next to each other? Oh man, that was a terrible attack though. I don't understand. He didn't have +1. It was like a bizarre timing. I'm not really sure what the hell that attack was. Maybe Dragon like saw the second Archives finish. He's just like, screw it, and just attack, just aim move everything.
Maybe that's such a blunder.
All right.
The Zealot attack was weird. Yeah, he didn't have his +1. He just felt kind of as if he thought, okay, I've got all these Zealots. There's kind of an opportunity there. I'm going to go for it. But it looked a little bit like a man who'd already given up.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's not good, is it? Poor Dragon, but he goes down 3-0 in the semi-final.
Congrats to TechnicS though. He played quite well, and you know, despite being inactive, quote unquote, you know, he managed to take the 3rd place match fairly easily, it seems. So he gets $50. Good job, TechnicS.
Hey, well done, TechnicS.
So that's good. You know, I mean, last season he was 2nd place. This season 3rd place. Very consistently good player.
Yeah.
But that means, ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd, 4th place match has concluded. So we are moving on to the finals of the Team Liquid Legacy Star League Season 3. It is going to be a best of 7 between defending champion Siki and the challenger from Poland, Mr. True Touch, who for the last couple of weeks has been streaming under the title Upcoming TLS3 Champion. So, you know, a bit presumptuous maybe, but I guess we'll see if he can walk the walk here.
Yeah, very, very exciting. I actually can't wait for this.
So, we're going to go to a quick break and then come back for the finals. Don't go anywhere, guys.
You'd have to be mad to tune out at this point. Stay around.